how do I know what supplements to start my horse on?
So
All you.
all me and you, because you're on the phones, you get this a
Yes.
lot. So I'm expecting you to jump in here. But when I get this question, and I get it a lot, it's probably the second most common question I get asked, and I say, well, the first thing is make sure your horse's diet is complete and balanced. And so it's always forage first, and then it's making sure that they have the right amount of calories or energy for the work that they're doing and to maintain their weight. And then I make sure that the vitamins and minerals and protein meets the NRC levels. I like to balance my fats, so make sure that I have more omega-3s and omega-6, at least like a 2 or 4 to 1 ratio.
Do you want to touch on that, why that ratio is important?
Well, because omega-6s, while you need both, the omega-6s tend to lead to inflammatory reactions in the body, and so you don't want that to be the primary reactions happening. So you need the omega-3s to balance those out, and so we feed, many of the feeds we give horses today are loaded with omega-6s. Grain is very high in omega-6, so if you do feed your horse grain, then it's really important to throw in some omega-3s, and you get those from like flaxseed and chia seed and marine sources, fish oil, algae. So, like that?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I think that's something that a lot of people necessarily consider as far as omega-6s and omega-3s. Like people feed corn oil and things of that nature.
Right, which is very high in omega-6s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it could be setting the horse up for not success.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And then always make sure my horse has salt. And I'm not a fan of salt blocks or licks because I think that they're made for the rough tongues of cattle. So I like to top dress my salt about a tablespoon a day, maybe 2 tablespoons, and then now I can think about supplements. So now I look at my horse and I go, what areas does he need support in, or what is he just not good at? Now I happen to have a horse who's got a lot of problems, but he has great feet. So I don't supplement with biotin. He's not on a hoof supplement. It's like the one thing he's not on. But he has muscle problems, so he gets extra vitamin E and magnesium.
Okay.
He's in heavy work, so he's on a joint supplement. He has had colic surgery, so while he's not eligible for colic care, he does have a joint digestive supplement. So I just begin to think of what areas, because of what I do with my horse, or particular issues he has, just breed or age or size or whatever, history, what he might need additional support in beyond what he gets from his complete and balanced diet, and that's how I approach it. Now, if you can't do that, you can always talk to your veterinarian, you can talk to us, you can go online and play with our wizard, which asks you questions, and when you answer it, and then ba-bing, an answer pops out of the supplements that might be good for your horse.
Yeah, the wizard can be a lot of fun to play around with.
It's very time consuming because you're like, what if I change this one thing? And then you go back and do it all again, you get a different answer. So, but there's some logarithm in it, I don't know.
Yeah. But it can be a little overwhelming, especially there's a lot of different options. So luckily, Dr. Gray does a lot of training with our customer care team and keeps us up to date on all the latest supplements and research and everything like that. So if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to kind of talk through it and kind of see what works best for you and your horse. And
I think we set out some of the most common, like there's a joint supplement, there's a hoof supplement, there's digestion. And for some people, what makes sense if you're going to go with like the basic is to use a multi-purpose or combination supplement, and then you have all your bases covered in one. And
one-stop shopping.
There you go. Yeah.
How many wells are in your SmartPak?
I just counted because there's 6 right now, but I need to add something, so I'm going to max it out with 7. Yeah.
You got a little room to play with.
I got one well, and then but then you can have more than one strip. So
that's asking for trouble.